Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from LOKiTHOR, and this is the JA301 multifunction jump starter and air inflator. You can check it out on LOKiTHOR's website. I'll have that link in the description below, and it costs $169 at the time of this review. This has a lot of things built into it, so we're going to jump right into it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's take a quick look at everything out of the box. Let's take a look at the device itself. Again, the model number is JA301. It's got a 20,000 milliamp battery in it, which is 74 watt hours, I believe. You do have an emergency light here. I'll demonstrate that in a few moments. You do have an LED screen up top that will show you exactly what's going on when it's powered on, and you can switch between bar and PSI. And you do have a flip out here for your jump starter cables. And on the right, your USB. You have an input as a USB-C for recharging that 20,000 milliamp battery. And you also have an output, which is USB Quick Charge 3.0, which is going to give you a way to charge something like a laptop or a phone or whatever you want. On the back, you're going to have your air hose output for inflating your tires and things like that. On the bottom, we do have some specs, and I'll list those in the description below if I go too quickly. But you got the model number there. The capacity is 20,000 milliamps at 74 watt hours. Voltage is, of course, 12 volts. Your starting current is 1,000 amps. Peak current is 2,000 amps. You do have that PSI range between 10 and 150 PSI. So you do have that for inflating your auto tires or whatever else you're going to use. And you do have an output USB of 5 volts, 3 amps, or 9 volts at 2 amps for that USB 3.0 quick charge. So there's a lot of information to digest there as far as how this works. Let's look at the other things they give you. They do give you a carrying case here, which is actually nice. You can store this, if you're going to store it in your trunk or something like that as an emergency device. They also give you a ton of different cables as well, as you can imagine, because we can do several different things here, such as inflate tires, and they do give you two here. This is more of a utility air inflation tube for something that you would like to do, maybe a basketball or a air mattress, and they give you a bunch of tips here in this little bag that I'll show you in a second as well. And they give you, of course, your alligator clips for jumping your car, your positive and negative alligator clips there. Pretty self-explanatory, easy to use, and very sturdily built. Inside here, you do have those tips for that first air hose that I showed you. You got a little needle tip there. That'll be for like a basketball or a football. And then you've got some other adapters as well for maybe an air mattress or something like that. But they do give you a bunch of different options, and you can screw those right into that first air hose that I showed you. They do have a USB to a USB Type-C, and again, this is for recharging that 20,000 milliamp battery that's inside here. Here is your car air hose, and this is going to be for car tires, so no problems whatsoever there. You're just going to plug into the back, and then you've got kind of your normal clamp down section here for clamping down onto your air nozzle on your tire itself to lock it into place, and then you can go and do that. And I'm going to demonstrate all of this for you guys in just a few moments. But that's what you get when you get everything out of the bag or the box, and you guys can see that this is what's included. Now, if we turn this guy on here, you're going to have that LED. It's going to have your battery life at the top in 4 bars. So I've got about 75% battery life. I can switch back from a bar to PSI if I want to, and I can set with the plus and minus buttons what I would like my PSI to be, if I want it to be 60 or 40 or whatever, and then all I have to do is hit the pump button and it will automatically start to do that. Now, the car jumping is a little bit different. We'll get into that outside here. If you hold down the light button, it's going to turn on the light, and the light is pretty bright. It's a 300 lumen light, and you've got 3 different modes: SOS and strobe, and constant light, of course. Okay, so I have a totally dead battery here. Nothing, well, an iota power, just so that you guys know. Okay, so let's get set up on the jump starter. All you have to do is connect your alligator clips to your positive and, of course, to your negative here with the device off. I don't recommend hooking it up with the device on, so we're just going to make sure that we get good contact on our positives and negatives here. And as I'm doing that, this car battery has been dead for about 3 months, so this is a really dead battery. I'm going to turn this on, and you're going to see that LED screen come up, and it's going to show how many volts we've got going through right now. It's at 11.4, so it's close to that 12 volts going through right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the car for you guys so that you guys can see that it does indeed actually start up and jump the battery that has been dead for about 3 months. Okay, so we've got it set up at the tire here, and of course this inflates tires as well. So we're going to want to test that to make sure that all is well with that. So what we're going to do is we are going to attach this to the tire, and you are going to want to make sure that once you insert it, you are going to use the clamp to clamp it down and lock it into place. And once you do, you can then start to inflate your tire. Now I'm going to kind of show you here a little bit. We're going to power it on. It's going to show us what our setting is here, and you may or may not be able to see it, but we're in PSI right now. I've got it set for 45. It's currently at 27, but you can set it to whatever you like. So say we set it to 42, and then we hit the pump button, and you'll hear that in just a second, or you do in the background, of how loud that is, but it is going and ready to roll. So there you go. That's my review of the LOKiTHOR JA301 multifunction jump starter. And I really like this because it's multiple devices in one. It's a jump starter, it's a tire inflator, and it's also a 20,000 milliamp power bank. So it's got a lot of function to it, and all seem to work really well. I like the fact that it's not a regular USB port that you can use as the output for charging your devices. It's that Quick Charge 3.0 USB port. So I'm going to be able to charge my phone really quickly with this if I get in a pinch and I need it. It does jump car batteries very well, as you saw in my demonstration. 3-month-old car battery that had been dead for 3 months. It jump started with no problems with this unit. Inflating the tires worked just as well, and of course using it as a power bank is definitely a bonus. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you guys have any questions or comments about this jump starter, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Remember to like, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do so because that always helps me out, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.